When enterprise security teams look to deploy a network detection and response architecture, they typically evaluate commercial vendors like Vectra, ExtraHop, or Darktrace. These platforms are designed to ingest network traffic and hand analysts fully formed, prioritized alerts. But there is another path. Zeek is an open-source network intelligence engine. It is completely passive, sitting out of band to observe network traffic and generate high-fidelity structured logs without acting in line like a traditional firewall. Originally known as Bro when it was developed in the 1990s, Zeek has earned decades of trust, operating inside national laboratories, universities, and massive research environments. Because of that strong reputation, IT directors often download the software, assuming they can use it as a direct, free replacement for a commercial NDR subscription. Treating Zeek as a one-for-one product swap will immediately misalign your operational expectations. You cannot deploy it as a turnkey replacement. You have to evaluate it as a foundational building block. A commercial NDR is a complete workflow, handling sensors, metadata, machine learning, risk scoring, and response interfaces. Raw Zeek stops lower, providing deep protocol analysis, transaction logs, and custom detection. The empty space above it, machine learning, correlation, dashboards, must be constructed manually. The decision in front of your organization is actually a calculation about engineering capacity. You are deciding exactly how much of your security platform you are willing to construct internally. Zeek gives your team unmatched raw capability and deep network evidence, but it guarantees zero operational experience out of the box. The primary financial draw of Zeek is its open-source BSD license. You can deploy sensors across a 10-gigabit network without paying a massive per-gigabit software subscription. This chart breaks down the financial reality. Eliminating software licensing doesn't equal a free NDR. Enterprise deployments tally up hidden operational expenses. You must purchase underlying infrastructure, network taps, packet brokers, servers, and multi-petabyte storage arrays. Next is the data ingestion tool, paying by the gigabyte to index rich network logs in an enterprise SIEM. The heaviest expense sits at the top, human capital. You need highly specialized engineers to design the log pipelines, tune the performance, and write the threat detections. Open-source architectures do not eliminate your budget requirements. They move the financial burden away from a CapEx software license and place it directly onto OpEx infrastructure and specialized salaries. If your team has the engineering talent, Zeek offers a massive technical advantage. It features its own proprietary, Turing-complete domain-specific scripting language. Analysts can write highly specific logic. If you need to generate an event only when a particular host contacts an unusual DNS server, establishes a TLS connection, and transfers an exact byte count, you can build that exact parameter. That flexibility demands continuous effort. Your SOC is now responsible for researching new threats, writing the corresponding scripts, testing them against production traffic, updating threat intelligence feeds, and tuning out the false positives. A commercial platform correlates endpoint data, user identity, and network behavior to hand an analyst a single alert with a calculated risk score of 92 out of 100. Zeek hands your analyst the raw metadata, leaving them to manually deduce the risk. But when you need to run down a complex threat, that raw metadata is invaluable. Zeek unpacks and separates the traffic into distinct, structured evidence, detailing the exact HTTP sessions, TLS certificate exchanges, and SMB behaviors used by an attacker for lateral movement. Generating that level of forensic detail produces overwhelming volumes of data, forcing the organization to design aggressive log filtering, aggregation, and retention policies just to keep the storage systems online. You acquire the ultimate forensic evidence repository. In exchange, your analysts must execute all the correlation, risk assessment, and investigation manually. Because Zeek is designed to interpret traffic and log behavior, it has a functional gap out of the box. It does not natively scan packets for known, malicious byte-oriented patterns. To build a baseline NDR, organizations pair Zeek with Suricata. They divide labor perfectly. Zeek generates behavioral context to answer what happened, while Suricata scans traffic for known threats. Both engines must then pipe distinct data streams through a Kafka messaging bus and index into an Elasticsearch cluster before an analyst can read the alerts. Keeping this multi-tool ecosystem stable becomes exponentially harder when you introduce modern TLS encryption and attempt to mirror traffic across complex, multi-cloud environments like AWS or Kubernetes. By choosing the open source path, your enterprise assumes the role of a dedicated systems integrator. This flowchart starts with the most critical question. Do you have dedicated detection engineers and existing SIEM infrastructure? The right choice depends on your internal talent pipeline. If yes, and you have strong Linux engineering skills and tight budgets, you fit the Zeek First profile. This path avoids vendor lock-in, building a customized, vendor-neutral threat hunting environment. But if your team is lean, overworked, or lacks dedicated data engineers, you must route directly to a commercial NDR. Lean SOCs pay a vendor premium to outsource the operational workflow. You trade budget for rapid deployment, out-of-the-box integrations, and automated machine learning analytics. There is no universally superior technology here. The correct architecture is simply the one that aligns with the maturity and capacity of your security team. For large enterprises, there is a third option, the hybrid architecture. You deploy Zeek across your network to extract that deep, vendor-neutral telemetry, but instead of building the analytics yourself, you pipe that structured evidence directly into a commercial platform like Corelight or an advanced XDR. You capture the exact protocol visibility of a DIY system and apply the automated correlation and investigation workflows of a commercial platform. Stop asking if Zeek is a better product than a commercial NDR. The real question your organization needs to answer is whether you want to buy the NDR factory or build it yourselves.